Welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. I am your host, Tatiana, and I am a master mindset coach, and I'm obsessed with empowering you to live and create your best life possible. If you're looking to uplevel your mindset, life, happiness, and success, then you are in the right place. My goal with this podcast is to help you see the potential within yourself, to be able to break the limiting beliefs and habits that are holding you back, and to help you feel inspired to get clear with who you are in order to create the life you desire. Thank you so much for listening. Now let's get into today's episode. Hello, beautiful. Welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. I'm assuming you're here because you want to hear one of my number one tips and advices I have for you based on the title. But before I get in there, I just want to share a backstory as of this advice and tip. So I love to get opinions from everybody. I can be a little indecisive sometimes, and I just like to make sure like I'm doing something right, or it sounds good, or just getting, tips, advice, opinions from people. And it's something I've been working on to be more in tune with myself and what it is I want to do versus others' opinions. But when I heard this advice once, it was just like, whoa, mind blown. And every time I tell this to somebody, they have the same reaction. And they're like, oh, okay, I gotcha. And the whole light bulb goes off in their head. So my biggest tip and advice for you is stop asking or taking advice from others if they're not living the lifestyle that you want or being similar to who you want to be, right? Stop it. Stop. Why are you going to ask them their opinion or their advice if you don't want to be like them or you don't want to live a life like them? Because they're only going to give you opinions and advice based on what their perspective, their experience. Maybe they'll project their own fears onto you, right? Start looking up and taking advice from those you want to, you look up to. So what I mean by this, a good example, when I wanted to quit my corporate job and I wanted to move to Florida and start my own business, I asked everyone, maybe not everyone, but, people around me, family too. And everybody, they project their fears or insecurities about themselves. Like, what if you don't make money? I don't think that's going to be a good idea. Starting your own business is risky. Just stick to your corporate job. You're going to move to Florida. Why? Maybe because they wanted to move and they never did the move in their lifetime, or for own selfish reasons, or whatever it may be, right? And this was around the same time period I heard this advice from I don't even know where I heard it. And I was like, oh my goodness, why am I asking advice from all these people who I literally dread and don't want to be living their lifestyle? I don't want to be in Boston. I don't want to work in corporate America. I want freedom. I want to make an impact. I want all these things. Why am I asking them? It's not like they're owning it, and all due respect, love them. That's for them though. It wasn't for me. So I was taking advice from people that I didn't want to be like or experience. So once I got that moment, I was like, oh, okay. I started looking up to people and asking maybe people that had a similar lifestyle, online coaches or personal trainers or people who had done a move. My first business coach, that's why I connected so deeply with her, Amanda Bucci, because she moved from Rhode Island to California. She got out of that small town. She started her own business. And so that's why, I aligned with her. And that's why I chose her as a business coach at that time, because I wanted to not have what she had or be who she was, but very similar in my own way. I wanted to have that courage to make that move, have that freedom and start my business, make the impact on people. And that's when everything changed. And of course, you can still ask people's opinions and advice, but don't get too attached on it. Listen to it. Your body knows. Does it feel good? Does it resonate or not? Right? But at the end of the day, my biggest tip, my biggest advice for you is to stop listening to people's advice who they aren't living the life you want to live, and start taking ones that do. And so I know I get a lot of messages on Instagram because I've shared on my podcast and my content, starting my own business, becoming a health coach after online coach, after becoming a personal trainer, after getting a degree in engineering and quitting my corporate job. I get questions about how did you, make the move from Florida to Boston, and how did you, all of that. And I'm so open to having these conversations and just hearing you out, maybe asking you questions or giving you perspective. And I'm just here to now tell you that, like, if you want to message me, message me. If I'm the type of person you're trying to have the same lifestyle to, living in Florida or making the move from a small town, starting your own business. But if you're trying to have these total different goals, I won't have the experience or the best advice for you because I haven't gone through it, right? So message me if you ever have any questions when it comes to things that I've been through, or if you look up to the type of moves and things that I've done. But at the end of the day, stop taking advice from those who are not living the life you want to live. Okay. Biggest number one tip for you. I hope that resonates. I hope you're like, oh shit, okay. I needed that. Okay. Well, that's today's little episode. It was a quick one. Just wanted to get right to the point. And I hope that helps. So hope you're all having a great day. If this was a good aha tip, advice, share it on your story, share it with your friends, tag me, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with me and write an Apple iTunes review so I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't following me already, you can find me on Instagram at Tatiana_Kuto. I appreciate you so much and cannot wait to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, continue to shine bright and embrace your radiance.